Let's get behind the headlines on this, shall we? And the fierce verbal confrontation between allies of President William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua has indicated how the relationship between the president and his deputy continues to deteriorate. Although the two are avoiding direct confrontation, their actions signal that their political marriage could be irredeemably broken. Let's get more from NTV's political affairs reporter Vincent Oduor on politics and power.
Just a few months after winning the 2022 presidential election, the relationship between President William Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua became strained. And even before completing 2 years in power, the two are seemingly fighting politically through their allies publicly. Last weekend's statements signal the executive center can no longer hold.
Riggy has been put on trial. The crime he has committed is a crime of bringing the people of the mountain together so that we can be able to lobby for development in our areas.
We shall not join you in the chorus of uniting the people, not for their development, but in order to pursue your own parochial selfish interests.
The deputy president has claimed to be disrespected by allies of his boss and sidelined in the Kenya Kwanza administration. Political analyst Professor Macharia Munene argues that the two are at loggerhead due to their different expectations.
They probably had different expectations other than just embarrassing Uhuru, which is one of their main things. Maybe they expected to make a little money. They spent a little money here and there, so maybe they started wondering who spent more than the other, and therefore who should be getting what share. Gachagua is supposed to be a principal assistant. It appears as if Gachagua missed the point. He is not equal to the president. He is not a co-president. That Ruto was elected in Mount Kenya because of him, and Ruto did not like that. Because before appointing Gachagua as the potential DP, he had been making inroads in the mountain.
Kufanya ile kazi umepewa na rais, kwenda kumsaidia. Wewe kazi yako ati unataka kuunganisha. Unaunganisha nini ambaye tayari imeungana?
And at one time Moi reminded Moi Kibaki, the vice president, in public. He says, stop thinking. Because thinking is a presidential prerogative. Gachagua never learned that lesson. There cannot be two people in the presidency, it's only one.
Amidst the strained relationship, President Ruto elevated Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi to a prime cabinet secretary and brought on board opposition leader Raila Odinga as the other principal in the Kenya Kwanza administration by including Odinga's close allies in his cabinet. Even though Gachagua has publicly embraced the broad-based government, he has vowed to remain steadfast in protecting and defending his space in the executive, despite the onslaught from President Ruto's faction.
Hata wale wako nje bado kuja, they are welcome. Wakuje tufanye pamoja. Ila tulisema tu mtu asiketi pale mwingine ameke. Si hiyo tu. So unajua hata kwa nyumba ukiingia uweze kalia ile kiti imekaliwa. Unatafuta ile na ukikuta zote zimekaliwa si unasimama. Inakuwa mna hiyo.
The current conflict signals that President Ruto is likely to drop Gachagua as his presidential running mate in 2027.
So by the time he is nominating Gachagua, and Gachagua was not the favorite of some leaders, we know that, but he decided for his own reason, whatever the reason was, then it got into Gachagua's head that Ruto was elected because of him. Yet the record shows otherwise. So that in itself is a source of friction. Ruto might have expected subservience, the way Moi used to have it. Gachagua goes around, but I'm the one, I have shares. And his shares, if there are any, are nominal. See, when he announced about shares, and you check properly what shares are these. They don't exist. And he seemed not to have known that. Although people told him, you have no shares here. And the evidence was there. Things were happening in front of him and he could do nothing. So he became a frustrated man. Frustrated in the sense that he struggled to be accepted, particularly in the mountain, as the leader of the mountain.
Gachagua's allies, particularly from Mount Kenya region, have accused President William Ruto's administration of targeting them through intimidation and harassment using the criminal justice system. Even though they are members of the ruling party UDA, they claim to be sidelined from the administration for defending Gachagua.
Huyu rafiki yangu Rigiji mtashikilia yeye. Si unajua iko watu hapa wanamwangalia wanamdharau na sasa anachukiwa, anaambiwa Nairobi hii mti ya kijiji akwende nyumbani, sisi tuletewe profesa. Profesa ni wetu na hii Rigiji villager ni yetu. North Rift, South Rift ikae mzuri. Kingpin ni mmoja anaitwa William Ruto. Kingpin wetu kule anaitwa Rigathi wa Gachagua.
But the people about who will suffer a lot under the presidency ni sisi. Because we are talking the truth. Tunamwambia ukijaribu hiyo mambo ya kina Kidiki kubadilisha, ukijaribu hiyo mambo ya Ndindi, ukijaribu hiyo mambo ya whoever kubadilisha, wananchi wamekataa. That's the truth. Lakini ukisema hiyo ukweli unarushwa nje.
Ama wewe Sudi, wewe ukisikia utaamuka yako mwingine aketi, unaamuka anaketi. Lakini mimi siamuki, mimi nimeketi. Ama mnataka niamuke? Basi mmesema niketi.
Their supporters fear that as we approach the next presidential election, the two will start engaging each other directly, the way it happened between former President Uhuru Kenyatta and his then Deputy William Ruto. Vincent Oduor, NTV, Nairobi.